Cassiopeia band coming in from Cloud9
All
versus Liquid.
5 solo lane bans so far.
Yep.
Everything is up in the jungle. Jarvan, Rek'Sai, anything that you could possibly want. Lee Sin's up as well. Let's see what the first pick is from Cloud9 then, because they've blocked out so much, especially from the top lane. Gnar is the go-to solo still left up. Rek'Sai is the last ban.
Rek'Sai will get banned out. Last week, Cloud9, we saw them pulling in a few weird picks with the Sion and whatnot. They'll stick to the top of the group of what they need here. Lissandra's going to be the first one. Nice pick up there. The Jarvan goes to the other side. Remember, Gnar is still on the board. Liquid's going to pick up the combo.
There it is, the Gnar Jarvan. No surprise there.
Yep.
Team Liquid pretty big fans of the AoE Wombo combo. Cloud9 have other plans though. Single target possibilities of being locked down with Lissandra, already a very strong pick. Balls hasn't had the best success with Lissandra in the past.
Yeah.
A little bit slow on the invulnerability skills and item activations. Sometimes he's susceptible to being bursted down before he can get it.
Whoa! We
Yes!
got it. We got it, Kobe.
Yes!
It's going to be Kalista getting locked in. Sneaky plays it. There's even a smile on High's face here. And Annie as well to go with that Kalista combo. We're going to see Tibbers coming in this game. What can Liquid do on the other side?
I'm so excited for this match now. I've been waiting for well, I guess it's only been one weekend, but I've been waiting to see Sneaky's Kalista.
Piglet's been playing a lot of it too, so this is kind of a thank you very much. You're not
Sneaky
getting that.
is the guy in North America who started the Kalista craze.
That's true.
He's the
That's
one
true.
who started
That's true.
everybody picking it up. Nobody had played it for a long time after the patch.
Kalista's the one that picks you up.
And now we're going to see it. Comboed with an Annie nonetheless.
Whoa!
Okay, so very fast pick bans. Everything going according to plan for Cloud9. No hesitation at all. Immediate lock-ins there from them, so you can tell they're trying to just blitz Team Liquid in the pick ban phase. This is one thing that we haven't seen a lot, is the strategy of pick bans. I love when teams like this, with the well-thought-out plan, lock them both in immediately, give the other team very little time to react. Team Liquid are having to take the entire time to pick their team composition. So they've just gone with the run at you very quick, easy to execute. Everybody gets Sivir ulted. We're going to jump on someone, pick them off with Leona, and Ahri will burst them down.
This is the point when Liquid pretty much looked at what Cloud9 locked in and looked over their shoulder and said, "What, coach? What's next?" That was a little faster than we thought. Piglet chatting it out with the team. A lot of pressure, a lot of talk on social media about this guy right here, the World Championship Piglet, to come in now for Team Liquid. They didn't get him the first week, but they still showed very well, so a lot of that sits on him to keep it going.
I really like the Sivir pickup, not only just for Piglet, as you said, but Sivir needs a spell shield. You need a lot of spell shields against this team right now. Vi and Lissandra is a Piglet killing squad. Plus you have Annie as your support. This Cloud9 team is built around killing Piglet. Literally, this is the Cloud9 team. They're like, you know what? Piglet's back. Welcome to North America. We are going to have a team that is an 80 carries worst nightmare.
But on the other hand, you got to look at what Team Liquid did, and they're okay with that. They said, Piglet, choose your pretty much your own defense with the Leona, and everybody else is kind of doing their own thing. Maybe they'll be peeling for him. It depends on how these fights go, since everything is targeted on the back line towards Piglet. If you were thinking of what these teams wanted to do, it's laid out right on the board for us, and we'll have to see what Piglet can do as well. We'll keep going back to him in the bottom lane. Definitely a big thing for Liquid to now have the full team here in the NALCS and to be the only team that's 2-0 versus Cloud9, who had 25-3 splits, 24-4. They've been getting a little worse and worse, but we'll see what happens.
So, it's a good point you bring up. People have been talking about the slow start for Cloud9 here a lot.
Yeah.
But remember, they had amazing openings to both of their games last weekend. I'll talk more about it once we get in, but
absolutely,
Cloud9's not dead.
We're going to be checking in during the game to see how fans are voting. Tweet hashtag C9win or hashtag TLWin to @LOL Esports. As we jump on to the Rift, I know the teams are ready to see what each other can do. Cloud9's going to be the first one to get a taste of this Team Liquid with Piglet.
All right, so let's circle back around for a little story time here. Cloud9 Week 1 North American LCS. They got upset, losing 2 games opening. They've never been last place. They are, as you said, 10th place in the North American LCS. However, Cloud9's opening strategies were the best of Week 1. To give you some numbers, Balls came away with a over 40 CS advantage on average from Week 1. Over 40 CS at 10 minutes. They crushed the early game with their lane swap. It was a perfect lane swap play both games from Cloud9 last week. And that they still have that opening game strategy. So this is, while they had a lot of mistakes, and of course people should be worried for them because they made a lot of mid-game mistakes to give away these leads and individual mistakes, they are still the same team, and they still have that strategy packed in. You can see this time around, it's going to be a very exciting game because they're going with a much more focused strategy.
Very, very true. And knowing that Cloud9 coming in ready for this game, we actually have thoughts on how Sneaky feels about the arrival of Piglet here. Let's take a listen.
I honestly don't think playing as World Champion matters that much because even though he's a really good player, Piglet, it's more of just the team that I'm playing against. Like, sure, I'll be laning against them bot lane a little bit, but when I'm in the game, I'm not really thinking too specifically about, like, oh, yeah, this is a world champion. I need to outperform this guy. I'm more of like, all right, what do we have to do to win this game? What's next? And I kind of just think about the entire map overall rather than just focusing on one player. So even though he's an extremely good player, it's hard to focus on him.
And you can hear it from Sneaky himself. Cloud9 always thinking about the team.
That's a good way to do it.
How to win the team game. And
when you think about one player,
they are trying to do another lane swap. Once again, Team Liquid expecting it, going for the call here of the lane swap, bolstered by the invade. So they have invaded on the top side. Cloud9, Meteos is in great danger of getting 3-buffed if they can protect their own blue. As we saw St. Vicious go red to red, it's a very real possibility that Dominate will go blue to blue. Right now he's stopping off at Wraiths though. Meteos might be able to take his sojourn onto the other side of the river. Right now though, let's keep our eyes on this Sneaky Kalista because that's what everybody really wants to watch.
It's going to be good. Thinking about the whole team is definitely the way to go about it. When you're stuck on one person, you're usually going to get taken out by somebody else that comes up big. The Aurelia-Gnar matchup. Usually you see that going to Aurelia first. Quash should be okay, but Ball's playing it very accordingly as he hits level 2.
Yes, the pick bans I really like from Cloud9. Securing that early mid for high. It's actually a flex pick, so weren't quite sure if Lissandra was going to be down in the side lane or if it was going to go too high. Now, look at this top lane though. Piglet is running a unfamiliar summer spell for many. It is Cleanse. We haven't seen it as much. As I said in Champ Select, he's going to want as many spell shields as he can get. You can only get 2 in the game, one from Sivir and then one Banshee's Veil. So he's also decided to take Cleanse. Just in case, after the Vi ultimate, after the Lissandra.
And then he'll buy a Quicksilver.
He gets anti-stun. So, or Aurelia
It's going to be tough. You know what? It definitely gives him a test for his first game. We'll see if he can dodge out all this.
And the test is always for the entire team. As Cloud9 said, Sneaky said, you're thinking about the whole team. How well can the team peel for a Sivir? Sivir boosts up not only her own speed, but everyone else's. So that should mean that it's very easy for Dominate and Quas to land their combo. Jarvan and Gnar, everybody's been all the rage about this combo. If they can get this quickly, as I said, Lissandra is vulnerable to getting locked up by CC before she can get off her invulnerabilities. As she doesn't build true defensive stats, you can burst her down. So if Team Liquid can actually get that jump, they've got plenty of speed themselves. They can easily pick off someone from Cloud9. It's a very explosive comps from both sides. This game is a powder keg.
We look at the mid lane here. Phoenix on Ahri. High, Lissandra. Not too many plays there. Definitely seen some Syndra in the past and a few other champions. So we'll see how he fares on Lissandra. Down a few CS just to start off the waves. Nothing to cost in the game just yet. Dominate approaching bottom lane. He realizes Ball is changing his style of play a little bit, and he recognizes that he's caught out. He'll take down the crab. He'll probably return as well towards the bottom, seeing as Quash, or if Quas doesn't rather push up that much. Sneaky and Lemon back up into the face of Xpecial Piglet here. Level 4s to the 3s. Trying to get a long range damage on, but not much. Ooh. But once it hits, definitely sticks. Very nicely done and getting the Rendon.
Yep. Good job by Cloud9, able to shove a Sivir lane into the turret. Exactly what they are looking for. Xpecial doing his best to help CS. You can tell he saves the Targon charges as soon as he notices they will be shoved back towards the turret, just so he can help CS under that turret. Always really beneficial to have that extra execute just for another couple minions. Trying to buy some time for a lane swap here. They are going to send a duo down bottom now. Could be in preparation for a higher priority objective. Cloud9 will try and answer it, though, it looks like. Teleports still available for both solo laners.
Quite even in the lanes, too. Besides that, Sneaky versus Piglet right now. 44 to 28.
And we didn't really cover it, but yes, it was a 3-buff, by the way. Dominate's still wearing this blue, the duration. That's from his blue. He was able, even though he didn't rush over there, to cover all 3. So 3-buff start against Meteos. In the new jungle, that is not as detrimental as it used to be. So it used to be a really big issue, around the past couple seasons. But hard farming all these small camps is actually very efficient for Vi, since they respawn quickly enough, and Vi does not need a blue buff to jungle very quickly. Yes, it helps, because cooldown reduction means you get your auto attack reset up quicker and it recharges faster. She does not run low on mana, though, in the jungle. Even without blue buff, perfectly fine. Farmed up to 5. Still very much even with Dominate. And looking bottom to protect the Kalista, which is the figurehead.
Yeah, we saw Elimination roaming in just a little bit to place a deeper ward and possibly getting something, because we also saw Meteos there. So much pressure. As soon as Xpecial leaves the lane, they take full advantage.
Let's go over exactly what happened there. That was perfect Kalista play. They got the Kalista passive procced immediately because Annie has such long range and very responsive auto attacks as a support. Very quick to activate that passive, get the extra damage off. Plus, they baited out the spell shield because the threat of the Annie stun there, if Elimination had gone in and flashed with, he had Ignite as well, that would have been a kill. There's so much kill potential here onto Piglet. You can tell why he's playing so scared right now and why he brought that cleanse.
Trying to keep it safe. Definitely know he can play these tough situations, however, by watching what's going on, keeping the CS a bit in range. But look at how Lemon and Sneaky are playing right past the wave, seeing if they can get anything else out of this.
Yeah, I think the only reason, actually, that Lemon didn't go for the flash in, get Ignite and throw combo down, is because they don't have any deep wards, and he wasn't 100% sure that there was no backup. It could have been a Leona, it could have been a Jarvan. Cloud9 do not want to risk a winning lane by taking a chance like that.
It's actually something they tried to set up for, but we saw when Xpecial left the lane, that's when he cleared that ward out and they weren't able to activate it. So plays being stopped and trying to put into action here by both teams.
The real fun of Kalista lanes does come when she hits level 6, though, Riv.
I'm excited.
Possibly my favorite new ultimate in the game in the last few champions that have been released.
How'd you do the first time that happened?
What?
When she threw you.
Oh. I actually... Well,
wait, what happened?
Yes, unable to finish. So the best thing about Kalista Ultimate is playing with someone that you are actually communicating with on voice. There's so many plays that you can pull. Not only is it initiate, it's almost like having a Malphite ultimate for your bottom lane. It's also almost like having a Thresh Lantern always there.
Yoink.
You can save your support whenever they get too deep. You can throw them in when you want to go aggressive. So many options. It's a very flexible ultimate.
That sounds like a perfect combination for a Flash Annie.
Does it, Riv? You don't even have to use your Flash. You can use it for follow-up.
Well, no, that's the Yankee.
Yeah, you can use it for follow-up. It's so good.
So good. We'll see if they get that in tune anytime soon.
Trying to say.
Nice, thank you. Thank you. Level 6 almost for Elimination here. He's about 90% up, and you can see the respect.
Almost 6?
Almost!
He's not there.
Watch like one minion hit.
I think they just wanted to take the opportunity there.
Holy damn.
Maybe they miscalculated. They thought it was the next creep because he just got it on that creep.
Could have.
Anyway, they chunked him down low, high, immediately flashing away. Can they get a combo?
That's a good bait.
Negative.
Nice try. Trying to pull in Phoenix into an ill-advised situation, but he does not bite. He has one Spirit Rush to get out.
Thing is, I burned a lot in that little exchange. The Flash and the ultimate. Phoenix only had to drop his Spirit Rush. So High already with the pink ward on his bottom side. is going back for even more wards. He definitely knows that he is often the target for enemy junglers, as a lot of people like to attack the shot caller of Cloud9, try and find weakness there, and try and, oh, here we go, initiate onto Annie.
That's onto Lemon. Tibbers being held on this one.
Grabber, there it is.
Safely, they could go for the reinitiate here. There's going to be the, no, still holding on to it.
Lemon on a yo-yo.
Interesting.
Pulls them in, reinitiates when the teleport comes down, but they cannot find the damage there for Piglet.
Sneaky still trying to put on some extra damage here. Dominates on the bottom side of the map. Cataclysm is down, so he won't be able to utilize that if he does try to help here. And it looks like, well, no, they're not backing. Some of them are, just warding. I was going to say, this is a little miscommunication if they try to go in for the fight. So Quasis teleports down along with Balls. We haven't really been much to the top side, but he's given himself
Look at that coverage
good
they've
help.
got. Still missed one ward. Doesn't matter.
Got it.
Got the crab. Worth. See, the thing is, they think it's clear. It is, however, not clear. Doesn't matter because Jarvan just backed. So, all of their efforts will secure the dragon. Not to mention that they have Kalista, which is the bane of all junglers. People really like killing dragons.
All right.
Kalista can stack up her Rend infinitely and renders your smite useless. Unless she miscalculates and pops it early. That's the one thing that junglers can hope for, is that the Kalista pops too early and then they get to clean up. But there's no way you're going to outsmite over 1,000 damage. So good luck
Really good
to
thing to
dominate this game. Trying to secure those.
He'll be able to try. Probably going to have to be the fight win before they get in.
Ah.
Those. No smite wars. Too dangerous. So cleaning up CS here. 99 to 76. And a Blade of the Ruin King for Sneaky. First item here again is Piglet.
Correct. Now, he has been back and forth on the builds for Kalista fairly often. He popularized that, that Ruin King, or the Runon's Hurricane that everyone was talking about very early on at the very beginning of the season. But a lot of his talk lately on stream has been about the Blade and liking the earlier power spike of it when you complete that Blade. Much better, especially for the earlier phase of the game when you don't have to worry about so much AoE.
Yeah.
We'll see if it pays off here. This has been what he has been preferring as of late. Runon's still good, still has its own merits, being able to get the passive on multiple targets. Here it goes, though. Meteor's coming in. Spell Shield is gone.
Piglet is out. He throws on the ultimate and he instantly turns around. Who are they going to give it to, though? They kind of go lax on that one. It's actually going to be given over to Lemon Nation as the nice guy jungler almost gets the kill lost on that.
Those Spell Thief enhanced auto attacks from Annie will get you. Now, you see the thing that Cloud9 did there, too. They completely ignored Sivert.
Yeah.
They knew she had Spell Shield, didn't want to burst on her,
Yeah.
so they focus
Cleanse.
special. And they end up getting the kill. Good focus, good coordinated gank beforehand. And Cloud9 are able to get that first blood. Once again, a great early start for them. Remember last week, though, many a good early start last week.
That's true.
It's all about the mid games. Piglet now is by himself. No vision in the bush. This should be easy for elimination.
Oh, that's the Tibbers. Way too much movement. He does use the shield, but he can't get out of that one alive. They quickly tackle down once more on the bottom lane. Piglet now goes down, and Cloud9 is playing it just as Sneaky said. They're playing for the whole team. Beautiful job so far.
Yeah, I'm actually fairly surprised that Piglet stopped playing so cautiously. He was playing very cautiously for the entirety of the laning phase. But then when his support is not with him, no vision inside the bush, Lemon Nation will make you pay for it. There's no way you're spell shielding a Tibbers that appears on your head. I mean, we saw the European LCS and Forgiven really great job dodging the death sentence coming out of a bush, which is in itself really hard. But there's an animation to that. At least you can see the hook coming.
Tibbers just appears.
You cannot see Tibbers coming.
Yeah, she didn't have to walk out of the brush. That's pretty much impossible. He only got a few steps before they actually took him down. So things are getting harder for him. They head back up towards the top lane so they can get some more farm for themselves and a bit of safety. But I'm pretty sure they'll be beating Sneaky and Lemon quite soon.
Yeah, they are running away from Sneaky all over the map, trying to switch back away because look at him sitting on an Avarice
And now
blade.
here comes everybody.
He has no boots. He cannot even run away from Sneaky quickly. He will be...
Yeah, man, not even level 1 brown bags.
He's going to have to trot away with his ultimate if he wants to get any CS. It looks like they're fine. They're just searching for a place to put Piglet. Now settling on mid lane, which is high.
Where does he fit?
He is under-leveled, but they've made a nice rotation down bottom, so they are at least going to trade turrets. They don't leave Sneaky up top getting an objective for free. Good trade here for Team Liquid. They avoid the fight. This is what you always want to do when you are at a disadvantage. Avoid the power points. They have run away from Sneaky. They do not try and fight him. They move to the other side of the map, and Dominate gets destroyed.
Transcendent Blades. He flashes out. That's going to be a turret down in the top lane as Sneaky has his own way with that. But look at this. Liquid putting a lot of resources towards the bottom. You have an 80 carry free farming right now.
Yeah, so you can run away from Sneaky for only so long because eventually he will find you. He's working on the turrets now, getting that global gold for the team. As we said, they traded it for the bottom turret. But really the other thing we want to keep our eyes on, it's not only Sneaky. The big Triforce right there, that was a huge,
we saw damage
huge from balls. He very, very quietly picked up the biggest spike in power for Aurelia in the game. Trinity Force completed. And we saw what he can do to a jungler. Let's see what he can do to a Sunfire Gnar.
Yep, Sunfire Gnar does, or rather Phoenix as well. Only has the Deathfire Grass built up so that if they can get onto him, which will be tough, they can zero him out quickly.
And remember, as we said, Powder Keg this game, both teams with a lot of CC and ability to pick people off.
Whoa, what do you say there? Pick people off? Oh, no, he goes down. That's going to be a back and forth, though. Thank you very much. Kill assist going over to Cloud9.
I think that play was just so telling of Hai's mentality. Hai is always looking for the kills. He is an aggressive, very, very aggressive player.
Yes.
He could have ulted himself. He had backup on the way, coming up the lane. However, he wants to make sure Phoenix stays and dies. So he ults Phoenix, gives up his own life, kill for the team, and they get a turret afterwards. People often look at Hai's score and say, this guy, must be insane. He racks up so many deaths as a mid laner. He's often initiating plays or even trying to trade like that. Hai goes down, so does Phoenix. Cloud9 not only get mid turret, but they also get the dragon after it. As Sneaky said in the little video that we had at the beginning of the match as well, thinking for the team. How do we win this game?
Thinking for the team, indeed. And not putting pressure on Piglet has kind of worked. If they would have focused everything towards the bottom lane, they really wouldn't have got too far by now. But handled by Sneaky and Lemon to get that matchup, it was enough to hold Xpecial and Piglet to their lane. We still have a bit to look at here, saving graces and damage for what Team Liquid can bring to the late game fights. Because Piglet's only going to be bringing the utility for right now. Not too much damage on him.
Look at this bottom side of the map here. Annie's sitting there. Vi is sitting there. Piglet is not the only target they can take out with this. Annie and Vi do not discriminate.
They have an incredible amount of work control on this bottom side of the map.
It is
just being wiped out as soon as
that is Cloud9 territory for sure, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's really making things hard for Piglet and Xpecial to even get themselves up and running here in this bottom lane. They've, as we've seen, already tried to switch lanes and get away from all this trouble that Sneaky and Lemon Nation have been causing them.
Yeah, what a brutal laning phase. He was able to scrape together some CS.
That's true. Down 50.
But look at him. He's been sitting on the Avarice Blade. He actually hasn't even gotten much gold from the Avarice Blade.
Ghost Blade
had to get it so late. So Ghost Blade is a popular build on Sivir now. Rushing it, though, seems like just because of the circumstances of the game and because he's so far behind. Usually you want to get some flat AD first.
Yeah.
But hey, we're looking for him to run fast, and he's going to run a little faster with the active.
Gotta go fast.
Still needs boots, though.
He is synergizing that with his ultimate. Keep himself safe. He has a little bit of sustain with the Scepter, and we actually are seeing the recurve bow coming out for Sneaky, so he'll stay true to that path.
Interesting. So
get that Hurricane.
Runon's right after. Just rushing the attack speed for Kalista. That's good because that means the possibility of really funny highlights. Kallista's move speed when her attack speed goes up is crazy because how much she jumps.
Oh.
Piglet ultimate teleport coming in.
This is going to be big. That teleport's going to pinch them a little bit. That's Northern Flash! He hits Meteos and High into the wall. Ults himself, so the Tomb's going to keep him safe for now. Quash should be able to get one more hit. High gets out alive by the skin of his teeth, and they're going to keep going on Liquid here. That's the damage coming in. Double kill for Sneaky as he gets himself into range. One more to tear Piglet apart.
Ooh. We talked about the dangers of Lissandra. High living on the edge, spamming his ultimate on himself. Woo. Barely gets it off, and that is huge. Not only does he live, but a bunch of damage, an area of effect.
Yep.
And it allows Meteos to go back in. If High had gone down there in that split second and not gotten off his ult, Meteos would have retreated, and Cloud9 would have had to back off. Such a close little engage right there. But Cloud9 now with a commanding lead. And since they are the ones with the lead, it opens up the opportunity to place down Vision, which was going to make or break this game. All right, so let's take a look at just how close this is for High. Wall up to Nard into the wall. Leona right on top of it, and he barely comes down. Gets it off. Now look at the bottom side. Phoenix is doing a lot of work, by the way. He targeted Annie's support, however. Sneaky saves Annie in the background of this. And then since everything of Team Liquid was already used, they went after High, who has invulnerability, and they went after Annie, who also has invulnerability because of Kalista. So all of their initiation were used on two people that they were hoping to burst down before they could get their invulnerability spells off. However, Cloud9 make them work.
Another thing you saw in that for Liquid is just how chaotic it is to actually catch this team. High can get out, Sneaky's dashing all around. He was over the wall, not even being focused, so he had free reign in the fight. Now they have free reign over Team Liquid's jungle. Still, this bottom side is theirs over and over again. Looks like they back out with a blue once again. I'm not going to destroy Phoenix, but that definitely does not help him in any way. Ward's being cleared out here. Team Liquid on the back foot, 6-1. Definitely the most kills we've really had coming into a game today, and they are down 5,000 gold right now. Quite a bit for 22 minutes.
All right, and as we said, that gold is going to translate into vision control. Cloud9 are one of the best at using their leads to gain position on the map. Once they decide to control a section, which will be this, blue quadrant, this Team Liquid blue quadrant for Cloud9, because Dragon is going to come up in a minute. So they're going to set up that vision control on this side, and there's no way that Team Liquid can contest anymore. No. Just because of how everything in this matchup hinges on the CC and the few seconds of damage that people have following it up. The vision is everything in this. Cloud9 are going to have the jump now because
there's only
one ward left inside.
Oh, Piglet. A little too far out.
See what he can do. He's got Spell Shield,
good shield,
Cleanse, and Ghost Blade.
But at this point, that's what he's bringing to the fights. He just used what he needs to give the team because it's not going to be the damage from auto attack. So
that is a very good point.
Tricky stuff.
He's sitting on a pickaxe. That's what he's bringing to the fight now. This Dragon should very well be Cloud9's. Looks like they even want an extra kill here. Team Liquid, if they know what they're doing, will avoid it at all costs. They will not go into that area. They will try and push somewhere else on the map. It's just like earlier in the game where they were scared of Sneaky. They did not fight Sneaky. They instead tried to trade objectives on the other side of the map because they can't fight straight up. And then you hope for a better opportunity later in the game where you don't have to face check into Fog of War.
See this damage you're talking about, Kobe. He let it get too low. Oh well. Still, that's just full control of the game. Cloud9, not saying they're back to full form yet, but this is, history repeating itself. This is what Cloud9 used to bring to the table, dictating their own fights, dictating the lanes pretty much, and coming out very strong throughout the fight phase. It's something Team Liquid really hasn't been able to repair throughout this game, but they're still in it. They still have an inner layer of turrets to go through. But with Cloud9's lead, I don't think it'll take very long for those to go down. 4,000 of that gold in favor of Cloud9. 3K of it, it's pretty much on Sneaky. He's almost 3K ahead of Piglet himself right now. So that's a lot of power coming from the team.
Yeah, and he's used that money. Now he's getting the flat AD. So the real pain is going to be the next team fight. Cloud9 have a lot to work with. If Sneaky can stay alive, then it will be very, very easy for them to take them down. There's so much AoE and CC here from Cloud9. Team Liquid need to choose their engage very carefully. It's going to be up to Xpecial and Phoenix. Possibly I Will Dominate to make a play on someone who gets separated.
A little cheeky play there, Zenith Blade.
Now, that does expose a weakness of Annie, which is she's very squishy because she builds all speed, because she's all about the initiate.
Guys right now.
The only thing is, remember they have Kalista. Kalista's so good with Annie because it covers up one of her weaknesses. The defense. Kalista can always ult Annie if Elimination gets too far.
That's true. Yank him back in.
Going back to safety. And then even re-engage if they feel like it after that.
Hit it
right
once
back
more.
in there. You know, Elimination could sacrifice himself.
Engages are definitely on the board. They have been for Cloud9, but even more so, we see Lemonation even putting money into an Elixir of Sorcery for himself to put out more damage. Haunting guys, too. Usually we're seeing other things for the Ennies.
All right, they're definitely making a move for the mid-game push here. This next team fight, Cloud9 putting a lot of effort into it. Baron is already cleared, so there's a lot of threat here because they have Kalista of being able to do this Baron very easily, and it puts Team Liquid in a really, really dangerous spot. Even though it's so early in the game, that threat is always here of Cloud9 taking this Baron or having to face check a ridiculously high damage, high CC team.
Almost with the plays, trying to use the Fog of War to their advantage, but it's just being read by Team Liquid right now. One of these is going to hit, though. You do it enough times, one will connect. Looks like Team Liquid's getting pushed farther and farther back to their base, so that connect may be under a turret. That's what they're hoping for. It's going to be one of the best bet right now. We do have a BF sword finally on to Piglet, but we're 27 minutes in, and he still only has that one item completed.
Yeah, working towards Infinity Edge. Already has a little bit of crit on the Ghost Blade, so once he does get Infinity Edge, it will be a huge boost for the team.
Yeah.
See if they can get there safely, though. Team Liquid doing a good job, just trying to farm. They've got decent wave clear. Ahri and Sivir trying to hold off. They just hope that nobody gets picked here in the red side jungle. Cloud9 are doing their best fighting this vision battle. Piglet trying to scrounge up some more money. Quick, get some Raptors.
Cloud9 definitely playing a much more calm game. No scattering by them. Pretty much making Team Liquid adapt to whatever they're doing. A few more sweepers left for Liquid so they can enter safely as a group here and clear out some wards. But that's exactly what Cloud9 wants. Even to clear one ward would be the initiation they're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All that they have to do is stay calm. Cloud9 are not forced into anything here. They have the lead. Baron going down very quickly. Percentage damage of Vi. Kalista stacking up. This should be theirs. If Dominate steals this, he deserves a never mind.
Oh! What were you saying about not being able to outsmite? Dominate goes in for the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm Prison actually flashing out. They are able to stay safe. Two have gone down now for Liquid as they scramble to regain a little bit of footing on this one, or at least take out a few Baroned up members of Cloud9. To no avail, they lose two, and Cloud9 backs out safely.
Actually, a little surprised that he did go for a smite still, considering they do have the combo.
Yeah,
but
right.
You know, if he had pulled it off, then he would be considered a god. So that's worth it. That's worth the chance, I guess. Otherwise, it would just be them trying to wave clear against this Baroned up team and waiting for the dive of Cloud9. Team Liquid hoping that it's a failed dive. All right, here it comes. He goes in at the right time. 1,200 HP though, and Baron is instantly gone. So there's obviously no opening for Dominate to even try and smite there. Phoenix did a good job trying to go finish off a kill at least and salvage something from the situation, but since he didn't fully commit, he didn't get the kill and he died because Balls decided to jump outside.
Good luck.
Cloud9, such ridiculous pressure here. You can tell they were so disappointed after their week 1 opening. Both High and Meteos tweeting out how disappointed they were and how sorry they were to their fans for their performance.
Like Meteos.
They came out with something to prove this time around. Now, there's two things going on here.
Enjoying themselves.
Vi, with that skin,
No. Okay.
has one of the best backing animations. Great to spam just by yourself. But when you also have Baron, you could spam it even faster, and you get a nice little audio effect as well. All right, Cloud9 though with complete control, obviously. Baron down, shoved up mid, taking the easy route over to Dragon number 4. As he said, they have zero pressure on them.
Zero pressure.
Complete control of the game. Should not have to be forced into any mistakes here. And man, they came out with something to prove because of the week 1 opening, and they're doing a great job of it here.
They
dominating performance over the #1 Team Liquid.
Indeed. Now with Piglet and Dominate, you know, he did say on Twitter that this wasn't anything you should be leaping at. We did get a 2-0, but anything can happen, and that's what's occurring right now. Cloud9 completely pulling themselves back into this. That's going to be a back right at the base, and not going to be able to do too much to save their inhibitor. Great job by Cloud9 to act on that one fast. They definitely get the upper hand out of it even more. Looking at a 9,000 gold lead right now. A lot of people thought Team Liquid would be coming out very big with Piglet, and I think that pressure was almost working against them. Cloud9 is playing just out of their minds.
I mean, we identified it really quickly in Champ Select. They like, Vi. Well, I guess they're targeting Piglet.
Yeah.
Lissandra. I guess they're, well, Annie and but Irelia as well.
And they did it so hard that they don't even have to now. He was literally taken out of the game that much that he's still trying to repair that inventory. Looking for the Infinity Edge as well. Scrying Orb to keep himself safe on top of the cleanse that he has to keep himself safe. That's pretty much his #1 priority in Team Liquid, or rather, Cloud9 didn't let it happen.
Sneaky showing why he is.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The top AD carry in North America, and he wants to retain his title. Doesn't see a reason to give it up to Piglet, world champion or not. And good move over here from Cloud9. Methodical play, as expected. Swing up to the top side, last outer turret. Get the free money of the turrets. Team Liquid have been making the choices that you have to make when you're behind. Trading, trying to run away. Now they get engaged on.
That's the Timbers coming out, and it looks like they're fully going for the fight. Quas gets a good ultimate from Gnar, but it may be too little too late. Meteos got kited there. We still see Sneaky. Nobody's bet on him. High is actually acting as full peel, and Quas was left on the back line. This means Sneaky can now re-enter, and they may make a bigger impact on this fight. Xpecial starts to take damage, and that forces the flash out.
Should be some damage at least. Looks like they are
they
not
have the
going
wave
to
just
stick
yet.
around. 3 members versus 3 members. Jarvan comes up in 10. Don't think they can finish this turret before Jarvan comes up. Does Dominate not? He doesn't have home
No,
guard.
the Sheen's going to do some pretty good damage.
Just
as well.
kidding. Sneaky says otherwise.
Yes, that's 2. The bottom of the base is getting hit right now as well, since that inhibitor's being down. So Team Liquid only getting more put on their plate right now by Cloud9, who should have this game within the next few minutes. 10-3, a 10,000 gold lead. Looking like themselves here in the second week of the LCS.
Yes, indeed. Clear plan and very well executed. Everyone involved here for Cloud9. Obviously, Sneaky definitely showing why he made everyone else pick up Kalista.
It's not the first time Sneaky's pretty much helped control a game from the AD carry position. Remember at Worlds, his Lucian game completely got it banned out from the team for the rest of the tournament almost.
He's always been the strong, consistent player for Cloud9, performing even when they do have their downturns and their rough times. Even in week 1, you know, last week they lost both games, but Sneaky was still performing. Let's see here. Cloud9 going to return up to the open inhibitor. Clear path for them.
That's a really good point. He did
Nothing
do
on
well.
The bottom side.
2 different champions for him, and he fared better than anyone on the team.
Inhibitor for blue buff. Looks like that one's going to go down.
Oh, they're making their way in now.
Cloud9 have decided to take control of the entire base.
This is saying, hey, you're out of position. We're just deathballing around now. They pick that one up. Aspect of the Dragon is a chance when that comes back up. That's 2-minute timer on the top of the screen now. And we're coming up on 35 minutes. A little bit more methodical than... Whoa. I was going to say, that would have been one heck of a Phoenix fight if he took that by himself.
Yeah, very rough to set up a one-man death bush. It's more of a tree fort. Ooh, now it's Cloud9 hanging out in the bush. I really want to see this combo. We haven't even really gotten to see the full power of a Kalista Annie lane yet. Cloud9 just won the lane phase so hard.
What you're saying is you just want to blatantly see Sneaky throw Lemonation into the fight.
I definitely want to see that.
By himself. Just tibbered out. I think it's going to happen, Kobe. We might get it at least once more.
Well, Sneaky does have Last Whisper done as well, so he could even tear through this Gnar really quickly.
So big. Definitely allowing a lot of ease in the rest of the lanes throughout the game with the amount of pressure he put on. Again, towards Baron. A 50-50 is possible. Dominate is on the other side, but we saw the amount of damage this combo of Vi and Kalista can do.
Yeah, good luck. Try number 2. Not much else. Not much else for him to try, so might as well go for it.
Right? Go for broke. Make it happen. They're going to be able to pick up some resources here on the way back in, Kobe, but the clock is ticking. I think it's about to hit the end time very soon for Liquid here. Minions crashing in from the bottom side. That top wave will be meeting the inhibitor and Nexus turrets quite soon. It gives Cloud9 just that much more to work with here as they start on mid.
And they're done with the turret.
And it's just that quick. Now onto the inhibitor. That only took him a few seconds. Balls to the back line. He's just trying to be a nuisance right now. Nobody can follow through on this one. Xpecial goes down immediately. Dominate goes down as they all go in 1 for 1. Sneaky is just having his way right now with Quas back and forth. The dance moves are glorious. That's going to be Cloud9 stopping the bleeding on the North American Spring Split record. This should be the last of the Nexus turrets, 1 and 2. The Nexus to follow shortly. Looks like they want to pad the KDAs just a little bit more. You can see balls on the outside, making sure he doesn't go down. They do drop Piglet. They drop the last Nexus turret. Phoenix can't even get back to the fountain. 37 minutes in, and Cloud9 get the victory.
Yeah, no question about that one.
No question indeed, and definitely a little more anticlimactic than I thought that game was going to be.
Well, we did see them go for the Kalista ultimate, trying to knock people away from the fountain in their fountain kill.
Yes.
To clean everybody up. Try to throw Annie behind them. You get a little bit of a knockback.
So we see a lot of what Cloud9 came into week 1. We see a lot of that repaired now. Even Meteos in the jungle, he got 3 buff, didn't deter him too much. He knew what he needed to do. Even coming off of, as the analyst Des said, of social media saying, that was my worst professional play ever, and he didn't want a repeat of that. None of the team did. And even High stepped up as well. You could see last week how much those losses meant to him, for lack of a better words. He was kind of struck on the stage and just sitting there. For Liquid, they definitely have to see what's going on with the team. Now that they have Piglet on, a lot of people expected big things to come from them. It seems like they still have some things to iron out themselves.
Yeah, Team Liquid, from the get-go, Cloud9 were so focused. And pick bans, their pick bans, every single pick was an insta-lock.
Yeah,
they
that was a good point.
They were on a mission. They did not give Team Liquid any time to react. And so from the very beginning, Team Liquid were on the back foot, trying to figure out what Cloud9 are bringing, and they just were not ready for it, especially that bottom lane. The power pick here from Sneaky finally coming out.
So good. You know what? Overall as well, props to Sneaky and Lemonation for shutting that lane down. Because it really wasn't Meteos coming down and saying, hey, let's keep killing these guys. Yeah, they got the pressure when Xpecial walked off, and Cloud9 used that time perfectly, and then they used the rest of their engages. Just absolutely amazing. Smiles from Jack as well. Charlie, obviously the coach analyst, has to be happy about this one, and the Cloud9 fans. As they kind of repair